Warning, all Podunk Punks content on all social media videos and websites are intended for your entertainment. However, if you are the type who is easily offended, please find the nearest plastic bag and promptly drape it over your head. We engage in satire, give crude commentary, curse, and, well, you get the gist. We're not saints. We're the Podunk Punks. And if you like our shit, be sure to subscribe.
What up, guys?
Was with it, body.
Hey, his face is back.
Body him.
Alright, I am ScowlingAl.
I am LordMikeBedlam.
Hi, I'm Joe.
Alright,
Joe's back.
Joey is back. He's been here the entire time, though, technically. He never left.
The Joe is
He's
back
been here
in town.
since the last episode. Alright, so we got some album reviews coming your way. This is a new kind of thing that we're gonna try doing. We're gonna review 10 albums a week. We're gonna try to do it. We might do 10 albums every other week, depending on how often we can get together.
Yeah.
And
the amount of them might fluctuate.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
More or less.
Currently, we have about like 100 written down already, and there's new bands coming out with shit every single day.
So once again, if you guys are listening to this and you guys are musicians, please just send us your albums.
And we'll hate on it.
We will either hate them or love them. We're probably going to hate them, though, because we're picky faggots.
I don't know. I'm not too hard to please.
I am, goddammit. I want goddamn awesome slam sludgesticles.
Sludgesticles.
Fucking
Point to the body
with the slam taste.
Point on the doll where your sludgesticles are.
It's right underneath the jugular. So,
thought it was
the
that-
sludgesticles is where you get that.
Sludgesticle jugular.
I thought that's
Sludgesticle
between your
gutturals.
butthole and your balls.
You also do snorting vocals with those. Yeah. The porno grind.
Clearing his throat or vocals.
Oh,
you never know.
Excuse me.
Oh shit.
Hold on, I gotta clear my throat real quick. So, okay, we're good.
Alright, so first album review that we got here. Out of our 10, we got Mastodon that released Emperor of Sand on March 31st. (2017) this year.
2017.
So that's Reprise Records.
Reprise. I forgot that they were on Reprise, and I forgot that they were even
They used to
still
be on Relapse.
Yeah, which is funny. Reprise, Relapse.
Yeah.
They're
They confused the crap out of me for a long time.
yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
So apparently Show Yourself, which is the second song on the album, ranked number 4 on the U.S. Billboard Mainstream Rock Songs chart, which is already
for a while, which
that
is
already
crazy.
puts it off to a bad start with me.
It's a good song, but it's probably one of the weaker songs on the album.
It's poppy as fuck.
A little bit, yeah.
I didn't like it just because, like, I don't know how to put it. The only way that I could describe it is it really gave me a Foo Fighters feeling to it. Yeah, it was a really bad Foo Fighters feel. It was very poppy, very like alt rocky.
But you listened to Steam Breather, right? That was a banger of a song too.
Steam Breather was okay. I forget. Let me see what I have.
Destiny was good too. Word to the Wise.
Pretty chaotic and has like a weird grimy intro, and then it gets into like this weird like black hole sun like boo doo doo like overtony bullshit.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
But I don't know. I think overall it maintains a pretty atmospheric dark tone. But
Definitely late Mastodon. It's not the early, progressive sludge of the early Mastodon albums, which is what I got into. Ever since Crack the Sky, it's been a little bit lighter, a little bit more progressive. No, that's not as heavy. They stopped using the more aggressive vocals.
I noticed that too.
Which, I mean, they were, bleeding all over the place from their throats in the first few albums, so...
Well, I mean, given all the shit that all the band members have been through lately, when it comes to writing this album, I mean, I gotta give it to them anyway for even being able to come out with this, because I think 2 of the members' wives had, like, cancer.
Something like that.
Damn, really?
Yeah, like, 2 people's wives got diagnosed. One has breast cancer, and I think the other one has, like, brain cancer or some shit.
Well, I think that was the drummer's grandmother, I think it was, that had brain cancer.
That's sad.
The only thing that I thought about,
so sad.
like, what were your overall thoughts on the album? I didn't know how, like, it made me feel. Like, listening to it as a metalhead, it didn't make me feel Like it wasn't. There wasn't a heavy feel to it. There wasn't a happy feel to it. There wasn't a necessarily dark feel to it. It was just like
It was kind of bland.
yeah.
Well,
I felt like it was a very bland album.
It was a good album to just put on and listen to.
I did enjoy.
I didn't need to be involved in it.
It tells
It
a
was,
story.
It was a good
Yeah,
driving.
that's one of
album.
the things that I actually enjoyed was that it was kind of a concept album,
But not
it was
quite.
but it was like based around this desert.
It was like this guy who gets like a death sentence and then he runs out in the middle of the desert or some shit. But like, I don't know. What would you like overall rate the album? I give it probably like a
Out of a-
6.5.
Like out of 10.
I'd give
Yeah, out
it a
of 10.
solid 7.5 out of 10.
I'd give it like a 5.5 honestly.
5.5. You just thought it was like mildly entertaining.
Yeah, I thought there were really good parts to
The
it.
execution was good. It
Yeah,
just
the
wasn't something you
I
would
enjoyed,
listen to.
Yeah, I enjoyed the execution of it, and I enjoyed like a lot of the heavier points.
I fucking hated Show Yourself, the radio
Yeah,
jingle. It was the most like annoying shit to listen to.
Show Yourself was weird because on the radio I loved it. I bought the album and I just found myself skipping it. But
Because
later
it
on I
gets
came
old.
back to it.
Like I listened to it, and like apparently it's about the feeling of getting cancer. And the only thing that I could think about while I was listening to it is that this song is giving me cancer. I didn't like it.
Oh damn!
I didn't like it. I literally couldn't listen to the entire
How
song.
about the fucking Chinese shit that they added? They had like sleigh bells and shit in there.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot more like additional instrumentation than in other ones, but it wasn't a terrible album. I enjoyed it.
The only thing that I could see myself listening to and playing is Steam Breather. It's only because it has that slow, like sweet emotion kind of vibe, like that dun 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 dun.
Yeah,
like
there were some banger
straightforward.
parts.
But
The first line, the walking out, I see you running outside the Nazca lines. I see you all in white.
Ooh.
They know how to put
Other-
amazing lyrics together.
Other than that, was I the only one? Have you ever heard "Welcome to the Machine" by Pink Floyd?
Probably.
Clandestiny had a part in there that kind of reminded me of that shit. It goes into like this weird keyboard part that's
Clandestiny-
and it's like just really slow and desolate, and it's kind of cool. I don't know.
That was another good one. That was what was it? Take your.
It's kind of cheesy. It had like a yeah kind of shit in there in the beginning, but
so I can breathe. That one.
probably.
Yeah, that was on one of my standout tracks. I liked it. It was the I guess chorus you would
It was
call it.
alright.
It was an interesting little piece in there. I liked it a bit.
Yeah, and I like how it comes full circle because it ends up going right back to the chorus, like
Yeah.
all the way at the end. So I mean, it kind of makes a full 360.
Which
But,
they're great songwriters.
um,
And they do pull a lot from their personal experiences. So earlier in their career, they're a lot angrier.
Of course. That's with like any artist really.
Yeah.
Look at Slipknot.
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like Slipknot is kind of our punching bag for most of that stuff.
Overall, I don't know. I think the orchestration was okay, except for the weird bell shit. But I felt like it was a try-hard attempt at like new shit. I don't know. What do you think of the Obituary album? The new
Oh my god, I loved it,
Oh,
dude.
the Obituary album
my
was a
God.
great Obituary album.
Oh yeah.
dude.
If you don't like Obituary, you'll hate this album. If you like Obituary, you'll love this album.
Dude, fuck anyone who doesn't like I mean, dude, Obituary is such a fun band. I don't know how people couldn't like them. Sorry, Mike's posting like 4chan shit.
Alright, so let's get into this. Some of the standout tracks, End It Now, it had that great writing riff
I
in it.
starred that one too. That's my fucking favorite.
10,000 Ways to Die has a great opening riff.
That was a good one. I love
and
that opening riff.
A Lesson in Vengeance, I think they released a music video for that.
How about Kneel Before Me?
Kneel Before Me was good too.
That ride, that like double kick ride in that was pretty dope.
Yep. what I had to say is John Tardy's vocals are a lot better than in the previous albums. They're a lot clearer. It doesn't sound like he's hurting himself.
The production
mixing was great.
Really, really
You could
good.
hear everything
Surprisingly.
so crisp. Even the bass.
Yeah,
Like,
which Terry Butler, who's formerly of Death and what the fuck else was he in? Yeah,
dude, a
And-
great drinking game on this album would be every time there's a spazzy short fucking solo, take a shot.
you died before 2 songs in.
What was the-
Every single song has like
It's a
5 solos.
weird, and dude, there was like these cool. I don't know. Some of them had like really cool '80s like dive bombing solos.
Oh
that were
yeah,
pretty neat.
well they're an '80s band.
They are. How about No Hope, dude?
No Hope was a good one too.
It sounded a little deicide-y.
Well, I mean, they're same basic area. They're from Gibsonton, Florida, which is right near Tampa. And Tampa is also known for, Death, Morbid Angel, Deicide, all those guys down there.
You know what I liked about the album is that it ended suddenly, and it left you wanting more. Like, it's like kind of when a movie ends on a hook.
Yeah.
And it's like, there's going to be another thing coming soon, but you don't know what it is.
You know there's going to be another Obituary album coming out eventually.
Oh, keep it coming, dude. So what would you rate the album overall?
I'd give it a solid 7. I'm not the biggest Obituary fan. I did like it. It's very close to the older material, which is good.
And what with better, like I said, with better production.
Yes.
Like
It's a lot
old-
clearer.
That old Obituary sound with that crisp new wave fucking production quality is delicious.
I gave it an 8.5 because, I gave it a high rating because it kept me headbanging the whole time. But I gave it an 8.5 and not a 9 because I thought the rhythms that the drums used were so overused. It's that to get, and like the punk beats.
It's Donald Tardy. That's the drummer's name. Yeah, he's played the same thing forever. That's what he does.
It's pretty much like, okay, here's your punk beat.
Yeah.
Okay, here's your death metal beat.
See, and that's what I kind of liked about this album was a really good.
It's consistent.
It was definitely a really good death thrash album. Like there was a lot of good thrashy parts.
Nostalgia
and
death.
Very,
Yeah,
very.
it's
Yes,
very
it
old
was,
school.
Delicious. I gave it like a 9.
And
Honestly,
the production
I loved it.
couldn't have been any fucking better.
Yeah, I loved it. I gave it a 9.
The only thing I didn't like was I couldn't find any lyrics on it, so I didn't know if the album had an overlying theme or what. There was only 2 songs
Probably
I
not.
could find lyrics for.
Yeah, probably not.
Shots fired.
So, what did you think of the Infected Los Infectados?
I thought it was very mediocre.
Yeah, it's very kind of. They do these open chords, Yeah. And then they go into some kind of crazy solo, some sweeping solo, and then they go right back to it. None of the songs really stood out a whole lot. I did like Sangre por Sangre and Violador.
Violador was a very
That's the
hard
one.
track.
That's the one that I like.
Yeah, it was very very energetic.
Yeah,
How about Ochos?
Ochos? It wasn't bad, but they didn't stick out as much. Sangre por Sangre and Violador kind of stood out from the rest. The other ones just kind of blended together.
I
Yeah.
feel like this was a musician's band of just showing off. That's all it really was. Because, everything was just like melodic gent and shredding. That's all it really was.
It did have kind of that abiotic vibe. The kind of.
But Abiotic did it
does it better, yeah.
But the
Abiotic did it so
abiotic
much
sounds slightly digital.
Yeah,
Like everything is very kind of super precise and
They got,
it's right there.
they
thing I
got
didn't-
a mixture of gent and old school deathcore in them.
I think they describe themselves as progressive deathcore, which kind of I can see that, but
exactly.
How about that Beat It cover, though?
That was
Dude, what's bad, though, is that Beat It cover, I think, was more listenable than anything else on the album. I liked that Beat It cover a lot. I don't know. They added some shreddy parts that sound like they could be cut and copied into, other parts of the song, though.
yeah. It's just it didn't really stand out too much. It was decent, but didn't hold my interest.
Yeah,
too
remember
much.
that one song that's
If out of 10 tracks, 3 of them stand out, one of them being a cover of a Michael Jackson song.
Yeah, that's actually kind of sad when you think about it.
What's your rating, Joey?
4.
4.
Maybe a 5.
I gave it a 5 because it was mildly entertaining.
I gave it a 4.5.
4.5. You just couldn't listen to most of it.
It was just too bland.
I just kept finding myself switching around and doing stuff on my computer while listening to it.
That's the problem, is that it was some good leads, and like Joey said, it had a real like abiotic feel to it, but I would much rather listen to abiotic.
Yeah.
You know, it's...
My favorite song was Violet Adore and Ochos, and the worst song I think was Ella. Ella was pretty fucking weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, next we got Wintersun, the Forest Season.
I enjoyed it. I thought I put it on while I was at work, and I listened to all, what was it, fucking...
50-something minutes, like 3 or 5 tracks?
It was 4 tracks.
4 tracks.
Yeah, that feature multiple parts and subtitles. So, like, there's like different movements, much like a orchestral track.
But let's be honest, this is really Yari's baby. It's his band. It's not Wintersun, it's him.
Yeah, and tell me what you told about him, how long it took for this,
Well, I want to say
out.
he started talking about this in, like, 2012.
Oh, this is produced by Nuclear Blast, by the way.
But he's crowdfunded this numerous times, and he wanted to build his own studio so he could put forth the album that everyone's wanted. And this is even that album. This is something to tide people over.
Well, then, I mean, for what it was, I thought it was pretty good. I mean, there was Awaken from the Dark Slumber, which was supposed to represent spring, which starts off pretty quiet and somber, and then has this, like, weird atmospheric synth shit, and then it goes into, like, I don't know, this kind of forward-driving beat with some, like, creepy yet pretty melodic synth behind it. I don't know. It was pretty black metal when the vocals come in. I thought it was really descriptive when the storytelling and shit. Around the 5:40 mark, it slows down, like, back into the weird atmospheric build-up into, like, a cool guitar harmony interlude.
I don't know, it's just the stretched out songs are not really, my thing. No, if it's got a 56-minute track time of the whole thing and only 4 songs, I'm not gonna be listening to that.
But most people who are into black metal don't mind really long fucking songs.
Which is weird because it's either really short or the atmospheric side, which is really long and drawn out.
Well, this is the atmospheric side, which is really long and drawn out, and it's like...
Yeah, and it sucks.
I don't know, I thought it was pretty fucking good. Like, I liked Eternal Darkness.
I think that the actual music was good. I don't think it was worth a 5-year wait and all the money people have funneled into this.
When you put it in that perspective, I agree.
So, it's a disappointing album because of that. And I wasn't too interested.
I'm gonna be a picky bitch and just say I just didn't like it.
To be honest,
I didn't like the instrumentation. I didn't like how long the songs were. I felt like they drew out a lot of the song. I couldn't get into the lyrical structure, and the production value just sounded like demo quality ass grind.
I enjoyed it. I think they could score for a film and they'd be really good. And
That's it. It's a great
that would be cool.
Film
See,
score.
I can see that. That would be interesting, as if like it's a 10-minute long song to a movie score.
Yeah.
But that's not the case in this. It's more. This is supposed to be like a
live
story,
performance.
Yeah,
live performance kind of thing.
I personally think that the music brought a lot of that descriptive shit forward. I think it did a lot for the storytelling, personally. I think that there was a lot of part where I could actually imagine myself walking through the forest and, like, the snow coming down. Like, the last song that's supposed to represent winter, I thought did a really good job of doing so. I think if you listen to it in the perspective of, like, you don't want a heavy album to listen to, you just want something really, like, you want to get high and just, like, go into a trance or something, This is an okay album. Like, I don't know. I think it elicited a lot of emotions, and it takes you on a pretty imaginative ride.
Yeah.
I think the lyrics are about magic and some ancient covenant rising to claim the surface world or some shit.
Some power metal stuff.
Some kind of Dio shit in the disguise of black metal.
What I thought was cool was that loneliness seemed to be about, like, accepting the desolate new world, like the realization that in the wake of destruction, only ash, snow, and falling stars and shit'll remain. You know, it's like what happens when you create nothing but destruction and chaos. You eventually reach a point where you've destroyed everything. You're the only thing left in a void, you know? And ooh, yeah. I don't know. I thought the album got pretty deep, and I enjoyed it. I don't think I listened to it all the fucking time. There's definitely not, like, it's not shit you'd want to blare in your car, but...
It made me want to...
kill myself.
No.
Well, would you go and see this live?
No.
Like...
No.
And that's what an album's supposed to do. It's supposed to, I want to see this live.
I don't know. See, maybe not. Because, I mean, Pink Floyd Shine On You Crazy Diamond was a long, drawn-out album, but I love that album. So, like, I think it all depends, like, what kind of mindset you want to go to, you know, like, there's some, like, deadheads and shit, they'll take a bunch of acid and go to a concert and not care what the music sounds like as long as it's trancey, and I think that's what this kind of album is. It's trancey, it's something for you to doze off into, and it's something imaginative.
We know somebody, I think you know him too, Joey, that actually falls asleep to, like, suicidal black metal.
Yeah, seriously, atmospheric.
Can we bleep it out?
I'll bleep it out in editing. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was about to say, is it?
Yeah, dude. He fucking.
What's up with that crazy little fucker?
We haven't seen him in a while.
Neither have I. I think he lives like 5 miles from me though.
It's okay.
We'll tell you about this later, but.
Yeah.
Story time later.
He's a pretty cool dude, but I got him really high and made him puke, and I feel so fucking bad. We haven't hung out since, and it's like we were sitting outside. No, hold on. We were sitting outside, and we were passing this bowl back and forth, and the whole time he was smoking this tobacco, and I could tell he doesn't usually smoke that much tobacco or that much weed on a normal basis, so he's out there chonging it up with me because it's a special occasion. And beforehand, dude, okay, so I was like, let's drink, man. And so I drink a beer, and while we're drinking a beer, we do like, I don't know, like 4 shots or some shit. Or no, I'm like, here, I brought some of this alcohol over, and he pours like a huge fucking glass of it. So we're drinking a glass
Bad
of
idea.
this. We drink a glass of alcohol. I think it was like whiskey.
Oh my bucket.
Sorry.
Yeah, we drink like a glass of whiskey and some beer. So at this point, we're like pretty fucking drunk. We go in and play like Goat Simulator for a while.
I just bought that.
Yeah, it's fun.
Or no, we played Euro Trip Simulator, which is you just ride around in a van and ride around in a van.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Best game ever.
But we were drunk as fuck, so it was entertaining for a while. And then we went outside. We started passing the bowl back and forth, and he started like kind of trancing out. I was like, "Dude, are you okay?" He's like, "Yeah, hold on one sec." And he kind of turns around the corner, and, you know, pukes for a second. I'm like, "Oh
good.
shit, are you okay?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go in the bathroom real
I just
quick."
got motion sickness from the video game.
Yeah, and he's like, "I'm gonna go in the bathroom real quick. Hold on one second." I'm like, "Okay." So I'm outside, and I'm
Lost
like,
him.
you know, like 20 minutes later, and I look inside of the house, and his bathroom light's still on. I'm like, shit, dude, I hope he's okay, man. And I'm out there for like 20 minutes, and out of boredom, I start like burning the wings off of fucking gnats and stuff that are like,
Okay, some fucking serial killer shit. I got you.
that's not serial killer shit.
They were dead.
I mean, I made them dead though.
Oh, okay.
No, like I just, like they'd fly around and accumulate around the light, and then I just hold my lighter up to the light and just kill shit and watch them drop to the floor and fucking squirm because I'm a sick piece of shit.
Why?
All right, back to Wintersun.
But yeah, he started puking. I felt really fucking bad, and man, if you want to hang out again, I'll totally make it better. I'm so fucking sorry, man. Like, I don't want that to be the last memory you have
Are we
of me.
bleeping his name out?
Yeah, we're bleeping his name out.
He won't fuck
I'll link him to it. Don't worry.
Well, no, he'll know exactly what the story is because it's pretty fucking specific. I mean, we talk about a guy who falls asleep to like suicidal black metal, and like the sounds of gunshots and babies crying and shit. Yeah, dude, seriously.
I fall asleep to Devour the Unborn.
That's at least music. Like, this was like straight like Halloween shit, dude. But anyway. So Cytotoxin is next.
No, we never scored the Wintersun.
Oh.
Yeah, we never scored it.
Oh, I gave it an 8. I really enjoyed it the first time listening.
I gave it a 5. Middle of the road. I can respect it, just not my personal thing.
I enjoyed it a lot.
I gave it a 3.
Cause Mike's a dick.
Mainly, look, I gave it a 3 mainly just because some of the instrumentation was good. You know, I enjoyed hearing some of the vocal structure, or well, the vocals in general that the guy did, because they were interesting. You know, they weren't like completely.
When he overdubbed this shit and did
yeah.
lows, it was great.
Yeah, some of the effects were cool, and that's what I'm saying. Like the production could have been better.
Well, he had a couple vocalists on this.
I actually really liked the production. I thought
the production
everything was
wasn't
pretty
bad.
spot on.
I didn't
but-
like the production.
I thought the guitars could have been turned up a little bit.
I thought the drums could have, the bass drum could have been turned down a little. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Like at least just a little bit. So I'm giving it a 3 mainly just because I like the instrumentation. I just didn't enjoy it at all.
All right, time for a palate cleanser. We have Cytotoxin.
Dude, Cytotoxin.
Gammageddon.
Dude, for real though, Cytotoxin, holy shit. Okay, so they came out with this album, Gammageddon, on July 21st, and it was what, Unique Leader Records?
Yep, same record as formerly Decrepit Birth. They're on Nuclear Blast now, but Deeds of Flesh.
Deeds of Flesh. Ooh.
Yeah.
This is 10
Deeds of Flesh
tracks.
actually owns it.
No shit.
This is 10 tracks long, and they're out of Germany, so this is some German tech death, dude.
German tech death.
Brutal tech death.
Technical death metal.
Radiatus Generis, which is the first album on it, or the first track on it. Dude, I like how you turn the album on and it just starts off chaotic, like polyrhythm bullshit in your
Oh, that
face.
shit was heavy.
Oh my god.
All right, so standout tracks for you, AJ.
Gammageddon. I really liked Chernopolis, and I really liked Anti-Genesis.
I got Chernopolis, Chaos Cascade, which was the second on there, I think, and Redefining Zenith.
Dude,
Redefining Zenith was pretty heavy.
Yes.
I like some of the solo in that.
Redefining Zenith. Oh, that's the one that starts off like,
Yep.
and then it just like tech death, just like
Well, I thought it was a
straight
great
fucking
mix
blast beats.
of, they had that tech deathness without going to like brain drill levels of like liquefying your brain with shit. And they had that slam riffs everywhere.
Midway through, like around the 250 mark, they had the crazy fucking like toilet bowl fucking guttural.
Well, he's all over the place with his vocals. He never is really relying on anything for too long.
Yeah, I like how versatile he is with his vocals.
Yeah, like it's kind of all gutturals. There's only a few highs on the album, but like if you're into gutturals and shit, this album shows such a wide range of vocals, man.
Yeah, but I mean,
Would you call this brutal death or would you call it slam?
well,
No, I'd call it tech death.
I'd put it in brutal death metal because brutal death metal is an all-encompassing thing. It's tech death is in there, some progressive death is in there, slam is in there.
You're right.
Good point.
But yeah, so I ordered this album after listening to the first track, so it's good. It's pretty damn good. Pretty damn good.
That's what I like though. When you turn on an album and you're just like, holy fuck, dude,
And that's
we're
the-
gonna be
yeah.
in for some good shit.
That's
You
the
turned that
purpose
shit-
of an album, is to make you go, yes.
Joey turned that shit on earlier. No, it was you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You turned that shit on earlier, and like as soon as it came on, it was just like, oh my god, I love it.
Dude,
Stop talking.
It's got sweet picks, it's got slams, it's got like a little tiny bass solo somewhere tucked away in there. It's got like, yeah, it's got this like, and it just goes into fucking. It's retarded, dude. Out of overall, dude, this album was so good. I gave it a 9.5 because it was right up my fucking alley.
9.5.
I gave it a 9.
9.5 as well.
9.5.
9.5, 9.5, and a 9, dude.
The only thing I thought the mix could have been slightly better.
Dude, I love the way it was produced. I heard everything so fucking crystal clear.
A little bit more bass, but that's my bias.
I agree.
I thought it was a little breakdowny at times. I thought they did some open note bullshit at times. Just but
But not like the Infected.
No.
Well, okay. They remind me a little bit of Aborted.
A bit somewhere in there.
Like it's more of like just the when they go into most of their tremolo parts and like the drummer that's just like his fucking blast beating throughout the entire album is just so on point. That's why I gave it a 9.
The only thing is, I think once you learn like dissonant sweeping, like you pretty much know how to own like this kind of genre of music. So they were pretty liberal on like the. It's just that's the only reason why I didn't give it a fucking 10, really.
So they relied on some stuff and didn't break out too much.
No, they did a pretty good job of breaking out. I mean, the whole thing was pretty catchy, and there were some songs that really stood out. But like, I don't know.
See, I listened to this album on like with no track list, so I just pretty much listened to it, and it was. I got the general census. I loved it.
Yeah,
personally,
and it had its build-ups. And
I didn't get a chance to listen to to check out the lyrics though.
Yeah,
I want to do that after.
Well, it's all about Chernobyl and like just disaster.
All of their stuff is about Chernobyl and nuclear waste and shit.
So, let's talk about the Biscuit Walker.
Yes.
Or the Biscuit Merchant?
Or the Biscuit Merchant. Fuck.
Knuckle Walker.
Knuckle Walker. I read that weird.
So
I'm drunk, dude. I'm like 4 beers in. I can't read anymore.
I can't read. Help me. I put sunscreen on my eyes, and I looked into the clips, and I swear I can't see. Help me.
Oh my god.
Alright, so the Biscuit Merchant.
The Biscuit Merchant, dude, okay, so...
Shit.
It's Justin Lawn Chair is what the guy was listed as. All instruments, vocals, everything is this guy.
Okay, one thing I gotta, it's self-released, so you gotta give him that. He's self-motivated and he came out with a full-length album. You know what? And you know what? He took it seriously. So, whatever, you gotta give him credit.
But throughout the album, there are those awkward riffs every once in a while.
Yeah, there's segues.
Yeah,
How about
segues.
self-actualization? Did you hear that one? It was the clean song that was in the really weird fucking mode.
Yeah, and it wasn't even like, it didn't even sound on key.
And it transitioned okay, but it was just so out of fucking place. I didn't know how to feel. Like, I give it credit. He wrote a song in a mode that probably nobody fucking wrote in before and sang clean vocals.
But did he intend to?
Work.
I don't know. You're right. It just didn't work. It didn't have like a catchy flow to it.
It was a bit too disjointed. Like, he couldn't decide what you wanted to do, and that kind of ruined some songs.
Okay, so I was talking to Joey about this earlier when we were driving here, and one band that I brought up that Joey kind of agreed with me about was Leftover Crack. It was kind of like what Leftover Crack does, except he went for more of like a post-grunge feel. Like when he does his like clean shit. Cause Leftover Crack did all of that ska shit and I don't remember if they sang or not.
There was a Dead Ends and Split Ties, Dead Ends / Split Ties, which pretty much sounded like a Bayside ripoff to me.
Yeah,
I don't know, but I did like Threnody for the Motherland. I thought that was pretty cool. It had like some really creepy ass vocals, and it had a groovy ass guitar riff that I liked.
Overall, the production was meh for like a self-titled a self-released album. Like, even for that, it was still pretty mediocre.
I gotta say though, if you're into like really good long solos and groovy fucking riffs, check out Tainted Implantation. That's a really good fucking track. I enjoyed it, and I gave the album, after I first listened to it, a 7.5 because. It had some shit that I didn't like on it, but it had some shit that really caught my attention at times. It was like, damn, you know what? Cool. And it had a little bit of everything,
I gave it 4.5. It didn't hold my attention too well, and just seemed a little disjointed and...
It's like the Frank Zappa of metal.
Yeah,
I gave it a 5 flat.
No, it seemed like...
It wasn't anything special. It wasn't anything...
Like
if you're looking for something new and like experimental with heavy metal, like
I mainly give him that 5.
If he focused on one thing, it would probably be great.
Yeah.
But it felt a little bit too scattered. Like you're trying to do everything, and you just can't give your 100% if you're trying to do everything.
And the instruments sounded like they were all DI. They all sounded really flat.
Oh yeah, and the drums like
triggered as fuck, fake as fuck.
Yeah, but here's the problem though: is apparently he's doing the drums in Easy Drummer, right?
It was either a drum machine or he's doing it on an electric kit. I wasn't 100% sure of it.
But either
I
way,
think he said he programmed it.
There shouldn't be any reason. If he programmed the drums, there shouldn't be any reason for them to be as basic as they are. Because like there's some guitar parts that would sound a lot better with like a blast beat behind him, but he does like a basic thunderstruck beat too.
It's like to get or something stupid.
And it'd be like some kind of awesome tremolo, like or something like that. And
maybe if you put together a full band, the execution would have been a little bit better.
If he had more people to collaborate with, definitely. But you know what? I think for a solo produced album of just one guy, sitting around doing his own thing, I think it was pretty okay.
Yeah, that's why I gave him a 5. I said good. I gave him a 5 for effort. Honestly.
Favorite songs? Do you have any favorite songs?
Not really on this one. Nothing.
I like Tainted Implantation and Threnody for the Motherhood. I thought the worst song was Condition Black and Self-Actualization, just because it was such a weird modal song.
Didn't catch the ears quite well.
Not at all. It was really awkward listening to it. And I didn't know what it was supposed to elicit either. I didn't know what I was supposed to feel listening to it, other than this is uncomfortable.
It's like listening to a bunch of bees be in a beehive. Bees buzzing in a beehive.
So how about
Finally
Order of Riven Cathedrals?
The Discontinuity Interlude.
Yeah. They released it July 5th. They're an Italian band and they're unsigned. The whole album is 31 minutes 42 seconds long, so it's lengthy
7 tracks
enough. It's kind of short, which is good and bad, depending on if you like the album or not. It can be short, sweet, and to the point, or it can be lengthy and meaty, depending on how you look at it.
I don't want to sound too repetitive, but this also was an album I felt was a little bland. I felt like
I thought it was pretty good. I was getting some definite Nile and Behemoth influences. That could be a lot of the stuff is about Egypt, so there's just so many ways you can do it without sounding like Nile.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought there was way too many glitchy intros. I think every fucking song had that weird weird shit.
A bit too much reliance on that, yeah. But some of the backing tracks on it were pretty interesting. The first couple times they used the choral thing.
One thing I didn't like was the triggered snare and how annoying it got when they blast beat for a long period of time.
Yeah, the production was all over the place.
I don't know. I thought the mixing was fairly decent.
Except for that fucking snare drum. I think if they just turned that down at times,
snare was a little loud.
He was a tone. He was a tone away from being in insane anger mode.
Yeah. I think if Flesh God is supposed to represent what metal would have been in the 1400s, Order of Riven Cathedrals would have been metal in the year 4000.
Yeah.
You're still trying to stop it at Riven, aren't you?
Riven Cathedrals, yeah, I know.
The standout tracks for you.
The standout tracks. Absolution from a removable discontinuity.
What?
Discontinuity. God damn. I don't like really, really long song titles.
This album had a lot of really long ones. I shortened, there was Combination Formula, which has a way longer title.
Combination Formula for the creation of...
There it is.
...of our world of hate.
And Dead Sea Scroll Revelations was another good one.
Dead Sea Scroll Revelations. Yeah, I did like that one a lot. I didn't have a worse song. I liked it all.
The intro
really
wasn't great, but it was an intro track, so you can't really hate on the intro track for being an intro track.
Really, I think the only thing that got annoying for me was the triggering. Other than that, it was pretty entertaining. I think it was pretty Flesh God-y, though.
A little bit.
I feel like I could listen to it again, but I'd have to be in a mood.
Well, I mean, the Flesh God thing is, Flesh God is Italian, these guys are Italian, and every Italian band kind of has that flavor to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not anything, terrible. It's pretty good.
Overall,
I gave the album a 7.7.
I gave it a 7.5.
I pretty much gave it a 7 flat.
Let's see, it
was alright.
It's well-rounded. It's entertaining.
It was alright.
It's something to put on while you're driving. It's something to put on in the background while you're doing shit. It's a very nice, well-rounded album.
Would you see this band?
Yes.
Yeah. So it did its job.
Yeah. Dude, how about that Gorepot album, though?
Gorepot was pretty great. A friend with weed is a friend indeed.
Yeah.
Dude, they used to be a one-man band. Now they got members and shit. They're playing live.
They're from Taipei City, Taiwan, and their names are Larry, Jacob, and Mick.
What?
Yes. Yep.
They're in Taiwan.
Yeah, Larry Wang, Jacob Ning, and I couldn't get Mick's last name. But yeah, they used to be a one-man band.
Brutal Mind Records?
Yes. They're a gore grind band. I thought I'm not a big fan of the whole pot bands.
Yeah.
There's a ton of them.
Dude,
I like that these guys, their name is Gorepot, so I went into it thinking, it's just gonna be another stoner thing.
Yeah.
No, bomb full of souls or something. But hilarious titles, great weird samples.
Oh, dude, and memes. They use like meme samples.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Not all the songs are weird, related or titled, so that definitely was a plus.
See, this is one of those bands where I like it more because of the things that they do are funny.
Yeah.
Than it is like
technical execution.
Like technical execution. There's a lot of good rhythm parts. There's a lot of good like heavy, chuggy, slam deliciousness in there. But like, it's all because some of the things that they do are fucking hilarious. Like that vocalist, there is so much versatility in that vocalist, and like he did things that I haven't heard a lot of the other bands do.
There was a lot of crazy weird gutturals and the pig sound.
Jesus,
snorts.
if you're into gutturals, this is right up your alley. Because there's actually a lot of really good guttural work. There's a lot of there's 5 different gutturals.
That guy has to his throat must have been bleeding at the end of this recording session.
Let's just read off some of these song titles.
Well, what were the tracks that stood out for you?
Well, the tracks that stood out for me. Hold on, I got them written down.
Well, I got 2 of them here. Cheap Circumcision is a ripoff.
Yeah.
Just great. A Submarine is long and hard and full of semen.
I love that one. That one was one of my favorites.
I liked Without Nipples, Tits Are Pointless. Dude, holy shit.
All of them were puns, and it was wonderful.
It was beautiful.
I like the Microsoft Sam sexual conversation intro thing that was going on. It's like, please, will you fist me? Oh, yes, I would love to rip out your pubes and fist you as... it's like, what the fuck? But I thought that's the one that has the bass solo in it.
Yeah.
It's got a pretty cool bass solo.
I didn't, I liked how...
That was the first one. What was it? It was something like, got a text from a girl, said, come over, no one's home. Finally got there, no one's home.
Oh my god, Mike. You know that meme of that kid that zooms in on his microwave saying 420 on the time, and it's like, it's 420, man. And then he runs downstairs like, Mom, it's 420, oh my god. And his mom's like, settle down, what the fuck? They used that sound clip. I think it was in where is it? Calendars are popular because they have a lot of dates. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or no, wait. Is that the one? I don't know. No, that's Fingering a Minor on guitar. Fingering A minor. And that's like, it's 420, man. But if you're into mid-tempo shit, it's a pretty good headbanger.
I liked, I think my favorite track on it was, the Submarine is long, hard, and full of semen. Because that some of the fucking sound clips that they used in that were amazing. You piece of shit.
Anal intercourse is for assholes. Dude, that's the one that uses, that silence clip of D. Woody's?
Yeah.
That one was like...
Yeah, I like that. Oh my
Dude,
god,
they
I love that
fucking
shit.
used that sound clip.
Literally, this band is just a big band of memes.
Yeah, and they're pretty straightforward slam. I gave it a 7.5 only because I thought it was pretty it's like, here's your slam, but it was funny.
I gave it a 7. Did you guys see the album art?
Yes.
Because I definitely added a point for it.
I added a point for the album
it was
art.
so random.
Yeah, it was weird. There's a 2-headed fat woman.
But what I liked was that it was nice and meaty, He took the song seriously. It was
drummer, I don't know if they programmed the drums.
Let me see here. Yep, drum program.
Okay, so regardless of drum programming or not, they didn't obsessively get into difficult drumming.
Yeah,
like most porno grinds bands do.
It doesn't sound impossible.
Yeah, it's not super impossible. the production was actually pretty good. You could hear everything, and you could definitely make out everything that came out of the program. Overall, I gave it an 8.5 just because, like Joey said, I gave it a 7.5 originally, but I gave it an extra point for that fucking album.
I just don't like albums where the whole thing is just gutturals. That's my only thing, but I know that's that style of metal, so at the same time, that's just my bias kicking in.
There was just so many good, like, distinct, different kind of gutturals, though. That's what I like.
I think the songs in general, though, weren't too distinctive. Like, there's none that I could point to and be like, oh, I remember that one song that was like, okay.
It's really, the samples are what make it stand out.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you took the samples out, it would just be a really standard. I'd lower it down to probably like a 6.
Yeah.
Like a 5, maybe. Just because, I mean, the samples were what made it funny, and I mean, it's comedy metal, it's comedy slam, comedy grind.
But I like
whatever.
that they're serious about it. You can feel. It's not like, we just do this, whatever, put it out.
You took it seriously, yeah. And there was a lot of good guitar riffs. It was very wholesome, and it was 43 minutes long, so it's a nice, meaty
which is surprising.
Album. Yeah.
Most slam songs, minute and a half, 2:30 if you're real lucky.
Mm-hmm.
These guys were 5, 6, 7 minute songs.
Exactly. So it's an overall good, well-rounded album. We say listen to it.
Yep.
Do it.
So I think the last one on our list, right, is Cordyceps.
Cordyceps.
Oh.
Black Blood Butchery.
That shit was good.
Dude, that was
There
really
should
fun.
have been more tracks on the album.
Yes,
Dude,
that's the only complaint I have. It's a great EP, waiting to see what they come out with the full length.
Dude, you turn on that album and it's just like a train hitting you, dude. It just starts off fucking great and grimy and melodic and just there's this really cool slam at the end that's fucking awesome. And that's Animosity Incarnate, the first track when you first turn it on.
Holy shit, that was just fucking crazy.
It's
That was probably one of my favorite songs on the album.
It turns you on to the band right away. Black Blood Butchery, which is a fucking tongue twister.
The song,
It's
the
ugly
self-titled
as
song
shit.
is great.
Dude, the song itself, though, Jesus Christ, it's just like midway through, it just has this pummeling fucking part,
Yes.
and it's pretty mid-pace. So if you like a nice headbanger,
What was the one after that? Summon.
Shattered Remains.
Shattered Remains.
Shattered Remains, dude.
That's the one that I like.
Summon Horror was great, too.
That was my favorite on the album.
Shattered Remains is my favorite too. It had the cool cybernetic intro, and then it went straight into the tech death bullshit.
It's such a fucking techie album, and it's so meaty, and production was so well. I gave it a 9.
I give it a 9.
I gave it a 9 too.
9.5. I really liked it. It was straight up my fucking alley.
I like that the bass in most songs came through real clear.
It was an
very
EP,
kind
though.
of clicky.
I wish it was longer. It's just an EP, but for a quick release, it's 15 minutes 35 seconds long.
Yep, 5 tracks.
The album art was pretty dope too.
Yes.
It's I mean, they got like the black and white shit going on.
Yeah.
It was pretty dope. I mean, if you like, I mean, what would you consider them? What kind of metal would you consider them?
Brutal death.
Yeah, I would definitely.
They've got the
consider,
slam elements. They've got the tech elements. They've got a little bit of that progressive in there. Not a whole
They
lot.
got a little bit of grind to them too. I would kind of gave them they kind of gave
It's
me
like blackened grind or something.
Yeah,
Maybe,
they
in
gave
some
me
places.
some kind of like blackened death grind feel.
But they're just taking all these elements and just making one brutal
Fucking
EP.
delicious EP. But all together, I would call them probably Brutal Death.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Just because it's a wonderful blanket term.
You guys keep that shit up.
So we got a whole hell of a lot more bands to review, and if you're a metal band or if you know somebody with a metal band,
Make our lives more
shit.
difficult. Add some more to this list.
yeah, add some more to this list. We'll go over every band. We want to go over underground bands more than like big time bands because
Yeah.
they're the ones that need exposure anyway.
Exactly.
I'm trying to release the EP so we can tear it apart on air.
Yep.
And,
That'd be wonderful.
following this review segment, I'm gonna just go ahead and throw this announcement out there. We're making a separate channel for this kind of thing, and we're gonna cut this part out of the episode. It's still gonna be in there, of course, but we're gonna cut this part out of the episode, make it a separate video, and put it on our review page, which is gonna be called Podunk Punk Reviews.
Yep.
Podunk Punk's review.
Because I mean, like I said, we got a list that's like 100 bands long so far, and it's already like it's already September. So I mean, you know,
We're not gonna be done by 20.
Or will we?
by 2018. We can if we hammer this shit out. So you know what? We're gonna do the best we can every week or every other week. We're gonna try to come at you with as many bands as possible. And like we said, if you know a band or if you are a band, send us your shit. Email us. We love you.
Give us suggestions.
Bowl humor.
This has been ScowlingAl.
This is LordMikeBedlam.
This is Joe.
And check out our show. We're about to record our show here. So we're going to sign off of this, take a break, take a smoke break, and be back at it.
Send us hentai.
Yes. Oh, if you send us hentai, you get a lot of access to, like, behind the scenes shit.
Yeah.
It's pretty much pictures of buttholes.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
All you want.
Tentacle porn's great.
Just send us any kind of hentai. Doesn't matter. We've seen it all. Just whatever.
The more graphic, the better. The more offensive, the better.
Oh yeah.
You want, like, people pissing in people's butts and, like, you know.
AJ, can I ask you a question before we? Can I ask you something?
Yeah, of course. Ask me anything, Mike. I want you to be as open with me as possible.
Do you really have to pee in a girl's mouth to make babies?
Do you really have to pee in a girl's mouth? Let's just fade off on that. Be real nice. Do you really have to pee in a girl's mouth to make babies?
Do you really have to pee in a girl's mouth? Do you really have to pee in a girl's mouth to make babies?